How's it going, folks? So the band Everlore has just dropped a new single here called I Am the Virus. They have a new album coming out March 1st, if I'm not mistaken, and I believe it's called Hope and Turmoil. So I'm looking forward to that, but which is literally right around the corner. But until then, we have this first glimpse. So let's check it out and see what we got, shall we? Rangers, go. Yeah, not my favorite, to be honest here. Not my favorite. I liked at the beginning when the guitar riff just comes out right out of the gates, heavy, and it has a real thrashy kind of vibe to it. I thought that was tight. I thought that was fun. It really gets the listener engaged right off the rip. So it was a really good way to start the song. And I mean, you kind of have that riff throughout. So yeah, it's a bit thrashy, heavy metal, heavy power metal, that kind of stuff. And yeah, I love that thrash element because again, it's just a fun riff. It's engaging and all that. It's energetic, and yeah, so a really good way to start the song. And I thought the guitar work was pretty solid all the way through as well. I mean, the solo was pretty good, and there were decent riffs, but aside from the very beginning, where that really cool thrashy riff kind of comes in, I was pretty amped. But then that excitement kind of fizzles, as the song begins. But there were other little moments throughout. I mean, there was like a nice kind of heavy, almost headbanging sort of vibe in the one spot, and yeah, so that was pretty neat. The drums I thought did a pretty good job, and yeah, it's a relatively kind of bare bones sort of song, which isn't inherently a bad thing, but here it just felt like it just didn't reach the heights where it potentially could have, and I think a large reason for that is in the lyrical melodies. I really wasn't big on the lyrical melodies, so you gotta have that foundation of the music with the guitar riffs and all that good stuff. But it didn't really capitalize on that, and so the lyrical melodies just really didn't do anything for me. Like in the verses, it just feels very kind of scattered. Even in the chorus, like there's not like a nice, concise, sort of streamlined melody in there. It's just kind of words being thrown at you, in different ways. And, I bring that up a lot is because I feel like for melodies, regardless of what the melody is, there really needs to be some sort of like even arrangement of the lyrics so that the vocal melody is like coherent, if you will, and so here it just feels like words are kind of being thrown at you, and sometimes words are being smushed together really quick to fill in a space, or other times there's like a gap between saying the words to say another word, and it just leaves you with that very, very scattered sort of feeling, as a listener, like you're kind of just going all over the place. So it's like the words, the lyrics really need to be crafted in a way. I mean, it's in conjunction. Like if you have the music first, and then you come up with like a vocal melody or whatnot, I think it's very important that the words that you use match that melody, as opposed to maybe writing the words, having coming up with a melody and then forcing the words into that melody, instead of working both together hand in hand so that it's all kind of even, and you don't get that kind of awkward lyrical melody or vocal delivery. Because nothing against the guy's voice. I like that first kind of power metal scream. He's got that nice kind of aggressive sort of voice that suits this sort of heavy, thrashy power metal kind of feel. But it's just in that lyrical melody. It just, yeah, I mean, it's just a little awkward and scattered. And I kind of felt the same too about the chorus too. The chorus, I mean, it distinguishes itself from the verses, but still, it just, it's just kind of there. And again, it really kind of suffers from that somewhat scattered kind of delivery and melody with the words and what have you, to where it never really, you never fully get engaged with it, because there's nothing to really grab onto, because it's like you grab onto one line or something, and then it's like you're a rock climber or something. So you reach up, you grab onto the one rock, that's like the chorus or the melody or whatnot, and then you're reaching for another one, but then all of a sudden that other rock is like way over here. So it's like, and then the next one's like over here, and you just can't smoothly climb the rock face, because all these rocks are like all in these popping up in these weird locations. So it just kind of leaves the listener just all over the place. So yeah, that's my biggest thing with this song is that all of the lyrical melodies really need to be fine tuned and tightened up a bit, so that there's a coherency all the way through. And one thing I'll say too, with the way they did the lyric video, I admire the creativity. I like the idea of what they were going for, especially given the theme of the song and whatnot. You have like the computer screens. It's almost like a hacker's like workstation. You got all these screens, and the lyrics are popping up across the screens. Really cool idea. It just like in execution, it didn't come across like as well as I think it could have. Like for instance, like there were a couple times I feel like where I saw a word from one line, and then the next line would kind of start, but that one word would kind of linger there and not match the next line, and then it would kind of go away. And then other times, I felt like some of the words weren't matching the lyrics. Like I could have sworn there was one spot where I saw where in the lyrics he says the word true, but on the screen, on the lyric on the screen said through. I could be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure that's what I saw. And other little things with like the words kind of not matching and stuff like that. So I love the idea of what they did, but I feel like again, that's something that could have really been tightened up, and made sure that it was smooth. Which I imagine is difficult, but still, if you're going to do it, you want it to be done right. So yeah, I mean that's kind of how I feel. The song is just really neither here nor there for me. Not my favorite. Really, really rough around the edges, and just it needs a lot of fine tuning. For it to really kind of reach how it should be. So yeah, I'm still looking forward to the album on March 1st, which again we don't have to wait very long. But I'm hoping that this song is kind of the weakest on the album because again, this song it is way too rough and just really needs a lot of tweaking to be something substantial. So that's my thoughts on that. Let me know, folks, in the comments down below. What do you think of this song? Very curious to know, and let's talk about it. I'll catch you next time, Ranger. Out.